The hell was that?
Why it smell like outside? There. Why it smell like outside? There.
Awesome.
Why it smell like outside?
Happy.
There.
Awesome.
Why it smell like outside?
Happy.
There.
Awesome.
Why it smell like outside?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, TV Source
Farm and Bailey.
Magazine brings to you the greatest fucking podcast in the world. We are the staff of TV Source Magazine. I am Ryan, and I'm joined, as always, by the lovely Ashley, who was literally the queen of everything, Jonathan, who I freaking love, and Corian, who I also love. We are so excited for you guys to join us for the 100th episode of the TV Source Podcast. Yay!
I can't believe we made it to 100 episodes.
I can't either, especially considering how we started.
Listen,
struggle.
girl, before my time.
On those soup cans and shoestrings. When Ryan wanted to do an episode every 3 months.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, we are. So, if you want to join the conversation, use hashtag TVS Podcast and hashtag TVS Live to discuss our show today. We're going to be doing an episode of Hot Topics, like with Wendy Williams. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. So excited. Ashley, do you have your tea with your cough drop?
I am a grown ass person. I have alcohol. Thank you.
Well, listen. Thank you, because I'm like, I live free or die. Do whatever you want to do, bro. That's because he says things that he can't edit out now, and he starts flirting with Ashley. It's really inappropriate.
Listen, mind your business. Stay out of grown folks' business. Damn.
I am older than Jonathan. You can't say that to me.
Correct. You are the oldest.
That's not true. Ashley is the oldest.
Women don't have ages.
Exactly.
That is absolute horsepuckery.
What?
Suck it, Bobby.
Who the hell is Bobby Wendell?
Oh my. Who the hell?
What?
Nick,
Oh my
I don't care
God.
what day of the week it is. I'm finna be drunk. Shit. Tell me what to do.
Okay. Absolutely.
No
not.
way, no way. Some of my favorite moments. Some of my favorite moments just include getting to know all of you guys better. Like, I remember it was just so awkward, like, when we first started. Like, I didn't know what, like, everyone sounded like, and, like, just matching voices to, like, personalities and stuff. And now I feel like I know you guys very well. Like, I know exactly what's going to make John laugh, which is everything, because has the sense of humor of a
Inappropriate.
baby. And I know exactly, like, what's going to make Ashley be like, oh, Lord. And I know when Ryan is going to be a mess. I know what Michelle finds annoying. Like, I feel like I know everyone now. So it's like, just having that whole experience has been really fun.
I agree. Had to bring that back. I'm sorry.
I missed that. What a time.
I would have to say that, like, probably the podcast has, like, reinvigorated my interest in our brand. You guys know it was very difficult when our co-founder passed away, and I thought about shutting every shit down for a while. So having this done, being able to focus on this and do something with people that I actually freaking like, and you guys make it fun every week, and we get to do and just say crazy things and be ourselves, and people enjoy it. That means everything. That's kind of like what we wanted to do when we started this endeavor a decade ago. You know, we wanted to have a place that was by fans for fans, and it evolved from
10 years ago. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like no,
but it was 10 years ago.
We evolved from Soap Opera Source into TV Source, and we found something that works. We found something that is fun, and it's legit. Like, I think I can't pick a favorite moment because I have a favorite moment in every episode. Usually it's something we end up having to cut.
I cut way less
What's the
days,
title?
let the record show. Since I came along and edited this stuff, it's stuff that most of that gets stayed in here because I don't have time for editing. And the
We have gotten better, though.
I have. And we've gotten better with live to tape stuff. I think that's one of the big things, because that's been something I've been pushing for, is just the ability to just do it in one take and just move on, because nobody's got time for a 3-hour recording.
We used to do that, didn't we, though?
Dude, it was so
Dude, we would be on the phone from like 2:30 in the afternoon until like 7.
So
Like,
bad.
I
And
love
For
y'all.
no
But get
fucking
the fuck off my
reason.
phone.
It was emotionally and physically draining, and then have to
For
go back
no
and listen to all
fucking
that.
reason.
Like,
why did we do that?
I don't know.
Jesus.
So
Now everybody's going over the outline. Like, nope, cut that. We don't need to talk about that bullshit.
So in the chat, let us know some of your favorite moments, and we'll read those coming up. For me, dude, it's been the entire experience. Getting to, like, meet you guys and hang out with you guys. I know that I've gotten to create some lifelong friendships here that I'm really excited to see.
Then you don't know me forever.
I said some. I wasn't saying all. Thank you. But like, getting to interact with you guys, getting to be on more has allowed me to learn a lot more about podcasting and a lot more about interacting with fans and ways to grow things. And that's been one of my biggest, I guess, takeaways from this has been, the ability. A couple of years ago, we launched Soap Countdown as kind of just like a fun side project, and now I've been launching Artake Media. artakemedia.com as a way to kind of grow this idea even more. And it's just been something that I know without these building blocks and without having spent the time and you guys allowing me to learn a lot along the way, I would not have been nearly able to do all the things that I'm enjoying in my life. So I appreciate all of you guys, listeners, all you guys that have been on the podcast, all the hosts present and past. I love you guys, and I appreciate everything that you guys have done.
Well, not all the hosts pass.
I mean,
I was trying to be nice and politically correct.
Sorry.
I'm
sorry.
No, don't lie to people.
To be honest, though, thank God Jonathan wanted to learn, because the amount of mishaps we had, we would have fucking gave up. I know Ashley would have been like, well, Get back to me when this shit is fixed. And I just want to stop
Basically.
responding. I just want to disappear. All the amount of times we fucking recorded and like we thought it recorded, but it didn't, and just bullshit.
We've learned.
Schedule's not working out.
We've learned so much. The
God.
different programs we've gone through. Literally, when I tell you guys, we have tried every single podcasting app you ever heard of, and most of them you haven't.
And that's because all of y'all stay complaining and talk about you can't hear nothing.
I'm just saying, like, there was the time where I don't want us to sound bad, and I'm trying, and it kills me. Like, when you guys say anything about our audio quality, that's like a knife in my back, because I try and take that stuff seriously. So it's improving. So there we go. Oh my God.
We gotta read some of these
That's what I
responses.
was
So
gonna do.
Corian calling Curtis Baloo from the Jungle Book. That was funny as hell.
Oh my God.
Corian
I
has the best
forgot about
one. Like he's the.
that.
I love you all, but Corian makes me laugh the most because
No,
the shit that he comes up with,
100%.
it's just like what?
Oh,
Oh, I do love you. Wilson Shade
I don't
always.
know. My
will
brain
suck.
is weird. Thank y'all.
Jonathan Burton. Oh God. Jonathan being a racist, that's always accurate. Jabari Horton.
Oh, Jabari, I love you. Oh my God.
This is a disaster. No, Corian has to do
Yes.
it.
Oh no!
When Corian did his
What a
impression of me
time!
talking about the young people on Hollyoaks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Jonathan never did get his young summer story.
No,
Well, on
I
any
still
of the other
haven't.
shows.
He didn't.
Yeah, on
You've
any
been asking
show.
for it for
I
2
want
years.
it. I just want it. I want my young people being pretty and going on adventures and solving mysteries and being kind of slutty. Like, that's what I want.
That's
Watch
that.
Riverdale.
Yeah. That's a choice.
Yep.
Okay.
It's definitely a choice.
So, let's see. What have been some of your favorite stories that we've gotten to cover?
Oh. I loved the breaking. I love the breaking news we did and like the investigation that we did with all the Michelle Morgan stuff. That was intense. Ashley was deep in there.
That was the moment.
She was figuring it all
That was the
out.
moment.
I almost called off of work that day. I was like, no, we gotta. I thought I was working in the NBC studios, man. I was like, man, give me a headset, give me my phone, give me some coffee. I need 3 lines of communication
Just
here.
bring-
I need
It started
freaking
News
was
was
woke up.
live.
and freaked me out. Like, from the moment I woke up, I was like,
Me
oh my
too.
God. The sky was falling in, and like Ashley was on it from that moment on. Like, that had to be like what, 5:36 a.m. for you, and you just were running.
Mhm. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
that
did you
text.
send us a DM or did you send us a text?
I sent you a DM at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I remember. I just remember being like reading that and just being so just alert. I was like, oh my God.
Mm.
And
I like that we've been able to do like interviews and then post the audio, which I wasn't comfortable with at first because the first one that we did was when I interviewed Victoria Conifal. And Ryan was like, well, we're going to put up the audio too. I was like, ooh, can we not? Because I fangirled a couple times. Can we? Yikes. I don't know if I want them to hear me sound like a fangirl. That's weird. And Ryan was like, no, it'll be great. It'll be great. I was like, okay, sure. But my favorite, obviously, was Jonathan's interview with Hollyoaks head writer, or creator, or whatever the hell he is. That was amazing. That was good because I learned a lot
the
of
Brian
stuff
Kirkwood one.
with
Yeah.
Brian Kirkwood. I learned a lot of stuff that I didn't know before. That was a really interesting interview. So I
That
like
was real good.
yeah.
And Jonathan's still over there getting cited by the UK
everybody.
media.
It's so much fun, dude. That interview alone. So when Hollyoaks like approached us and we were talking to them, they were like, "Yeah, we want to do like podcast interviews because like we all listen and stuff." I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I was like, "Okay, so cool." I was like, "Maybe I can talk like Ashley into doing like the interview, and I'll just kind of just be there, or maybe like I'll give some suggestions." And Ashley's like, "Nah, I'm busy. You got this." And I was like, what do you mean you're busy? What do you mean you can't be here? I'm like literally freaking out because I've got to talk to Brian Kirkwood. Like, y'all, this man is one of the reasons I'm still watching soaps. He's one of the reasons I got hooked on soaps. He's one of the things that like started this whole like debacle for me, and I'm talking to him. Like, I didn't know that I was going to be able to form words. Like, I thought it was going to be just me going, John Paul. And, like, it was actually something where, like, we had a really fun conversation, and it was one of the best moments for me. And then all these other opportunities that have been opened up with Hollyoaks. Like, this is one of my favorite shows of all time and has been for years. And to be now as close with, like, some of the writers and some of the actors and being able to have, like, conversations with them.
It's insane.
Like, I never thought this was going to happen. I never would have thought, like, I would be in a DM just, like, talking about random stuff, nothing about the show, but just like normal conversations with these people. And it's amazing. And I just, it's so much fun. So everything Hollyoaks related. And then honestly, not more than, but one of my favorite moments in addition to that was when Ashley and Michelle started watching Hollyoaks. And us, and well, I've been trying and talking about this damn show on the internet forever, and then finally Corian gets Ashley and Michelle to try it out, and I'm like, I was like,
I'm very convincing.
Literally talking about this trying forever, but Corian says, and now you're gonna join. Okay, cool.
We don't trust white men. I'm joking.
I'm not. I have good opinions sometimes, but I get it. So, but when you guys tried it out, and then getting to like learn from your experience and see the show like through fresh eyes and realize that it really is as good as I'm saying it as a longtime viewer.
So good.
And
do you remember how fucking hooked Michelle got? And she was like, fuck it, I'm just going to watch all of last year.
The whole year. I was like, girl.
I watched a lot.
No, I couldn't do it.
Oh my God.
But I love, that was one of my favorite moments too, though, finally getting the whole team on board with Hollyoaks. And just because obviously we've all watched US soaps for, all different amounts of time, but like this is like a new sort of experience for people. It's different, but it's similar and it's exciting. And we see like being able to be close to the team too, like you can see that there is still a lot of love and care and excitement that can go into soap operas. Like we're not just sitting here talking for the last 99 episodes about bullshit that no one really cares about. Like there's still a market for this. There's still people and still fans who are excited about these shows. And I think that was another one of my favorite parts, just seeing like the community kind of grow. Cause like I've been on soap Twitter for years, but I never really talked to y'all. Y'all was driving me crazy and I didn't really want to get to know y'all. But now that I get to know you guys, but like being able to like be a part of the community and see like the community grow around the podcast and everything too, like it's been really awesome.
I agree. Now, do not quote me on anything because I'm not saying I'm going to. However, I was on YouTube the other day and shut up. And like a suggestion came up of, I guess her name is Sinead on Coronation Street dying on Friday or something. And I watched it. Listen. And then another one popped up when she found out she had cancer. She only had a couple weeks to live. So I watched that. And then another one popped up where it said that she had to tell her family. And then I watched that. Listen, however, do not, because I've heard, don't you always say Coronation Street is the worst one?
Yeah, but if you're going to try that one, then I can get you to actually try the one that I want you to watch. So it's fine. Like I can.
Is that EastEnders?
Yes.
Jonathan and I were just talking about this yesterday. We're like, Coronation Street looks like a PBS show.
It looks terrible. It looks terrible. But I'm a sucker for people dying on soaps. I don't know what it is.
I don't know if you watched like how much that clip showed, but that death, and I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it, and the two fans that are watching Corey can like enjoy it. But that death is one. It's gonna beat a bunch of things in awards. It's literally gonna go between her and Stephanie Davis for these awards this next season because that death was, oh my God, and the way it was shot, because you got it from her point of view, and like when she's telling her family and telling everybody, broke my heart. And that girl drove me insane when she started. Like I wanted her dead, and now she died, and I was like, oh, girl.
Can't always get what you want.
Listen, I'm not watching it. I'm just telling y'all that I like watching people die on soap operas, which says more about me than it does about anything else. I'm a freaking masochist. I don't know.
Well, I know.
But I
know you also like But I know you also like the gays, so we'll
Yes.
send you a playlist
I
with
do
Ben
love
and
my
Callum
gays.
on EastEnders.
But they got that. You have the boy gays, and you also have the girl gays, because there's the gay.
Girl gays are
There's the lesbian, a Muslim girl, but there's a Muslim lesbian.
I like boy gays.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, I forgot. I forgot she was a lesbian. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and
That's a good
and
story.
there's a whole thing with the culture thing. So, like, I'm just saying, you get your gays and your pretty gays, and they're.
You sound
fine.
like a fucking drug pusher, Jonathan.
Oh,
Stop.
I
He does.
am.
He
Trust
does.
me, if it's international soaps, I'm gonna
You're
push
doing
them.
a lot.
I just,
Listen, I'm about to not have any U.S. soaps left, so
I'm okay.
might as well.
Thanks,
You know, and
thanks
that's
to John talking about Coronation Street, we lost one viewer. Oh wait, no, they're back.
Welcome back. Thank you.
that's one of the frustrating things about being a US, like being in the US, being US based soap fans, because like if you were around before, you got to really see the decline of quality. And everybody always wants to make this argument, well, you know, they're doing more with less, and or they have to do less with more. Well, no, they're doing more with less. And you know, that there's time constraints and things have to be this way, and they can only get one take, and all of those are true. But the quality of your story should not drop. The heart, the emotion, the effort that goes into putting these stories in that used to be groundbreaking, that used to inspire primetime to rip from you guys, that's missing. And it's really hard for us to try to find the depth in things because it's not there. And we don't want to just react to things, right? When we pitched the idea of doing this podcast, it was we want to get in-depth conversations. We want to go beyond just the this was bad, this was good, and this is why. But really try to have substantive discussions, and we do try that. It's just hard though. And it's disappointing because you can see with just a hop, skip, and a jump away across the pond that the same type of love that our people used to have for this genre, they are currently having. And I know people get upset and they're like, you guys always talk about Hollyoaks and you should talk more about our shows. Let our shows be better and we'll talk more about them.
What is there
Really?
to talk about? Jesus.
We've also had the same I'm one that I don't want to have the same conversation over and over and be as repetitive on it. So if we can't address it in a new and unique way, and a conversation about each show, that's one thing that me and Ryan will forever have a battle on, is covering all the shows. But I think one of the important parts is Corian making a mess.
Jonathan, what's going on with you? Is that Corian?
That's Corian.
Listen, okay? I'm in the office after hours right now, and the cleaning lady is doing her job.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
She needs to be quiet. We never hear Mrs. Martinez.
I don't know.
Oh.
But anyway.
He said it, not me.
That's all I got. Whatever.
Okay, I guess you guys want to
No,
talk.
I think you're right though. Like this is a thing because Jonathan and I have very diametrically opposed views on how things should be handled sometimes, and I have learned, thanks in part to Ashley, to let stuff go for the sake of just getting along. Because I'm very stubborn. I'm a Leo. I get very headstrong. And I'm just like, no, we want to do things my way. And
well, here's the thing.
like,
What I've always said is try it once. Let's see what happens. Because you were dead set against doing live. And honestly, I wasn't here for it either. But you were like dead set against. I was like, try it once, see what happens. If it fails, it fails. We won't have to ever do it again. Like, if nobody... What, 70 people in here? I don't even talk to 70 of y'all online. So I was like, oh, they like us, kind of. Maybe not me. The rest of you, that's fine.
The live,
like
and since we're being open, the whole live thing was, I didn't want to do it. I had nothing to do with you guys.
Source Unscripted.
It was because, again, there are milestones that we hit there are things that we do that my best friend is not here for, and she and I used to do live shows every night, Monday through Friday for years. And then we kind of dropped off to like 3 days a week. So it's like, I'm getting excited for things, and then it hits me like, whoa, Jen's not here for this. And it would freak me out. And I didn't want to be a part of it because a part of me felt like I'm betraying her, or, it was a lot. And this time I tried to approach it from a different mindset of like, no, we're going to have fun. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to move on. It's okay to enjoy this for what it is, because I think that's what makes our team work now. We are very different. And I try to hold on to that, because it's hard. Like, it's really hard. And I don't know how to explain it without like freaking out. And I'm not going to do that. But that's a big reason why I didn't want to do the live episode the other time.
We understand, but we're.
And I wasn't going to be.
Today, so.
I wasn't going to be the person to explain that, because I don't think I should have to, like, show emotion. Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Oh.
So
you're here now, and that's all.
Blah. I'm okay now. We're good. This is fun.
Here's my question for the panel. So
did anything happen last week on any soap that we want to talk about?
Yes. Lily is free. Why our viewers are free. Biggest things. The biggest news in soaps.
Oh, no, y'all wait for it.
Most amazing, fanciful, wonderful. Hashtag God. No lane for Kane. Hashtag Kane is over party. Hashtag expired sugar. Hashtag deport the con man. It's over. Fuck Kane. Fuck Lane. That ship is dead. It's what you deserve. Viewers will be happy. Fans will be happy. The cast will be happy. And quite frankly,
you guys should know that Ryan's high. So
yes, I am, but I own it. I don't give a shit. Let's talk about this for a bit. And I'm gonna have to try to self-edit. I'm gonna try to self-edit.
Well,
because I can't give away everything. But let me just say, I think when very little of your co-stars come out and talk about, oh, we're gonna miss you, and it's not gonna be the same without you, and they don't.
They sure the hell didn't.
And they don't.
Not even Brighton. And Brighton is always Mr. Nice, and I'm gonna, be cordial to he really didn't say shit. Oh wow.
I wonder why.
Crystal did post one. It seemed like she was forced to, but she posted one Lane family picture on her stories, and that was it. She didn't say nothing else about it.
Deleted in 24 hours.
Exactly. Oh wow.
I didn't even notice that. Oh my goodness. You got people angling for Doug Davidson every day, but you can't even get a hey, hello.
I think when you are given opportunities,
oh God,
and you squander those opportunities, this is your own doing. When you are having the opportunity to be paired with Victoria Newman,
oh no,
I'm so excited,
and you're
CM Smith.
Yes, I know. Here. I'm so excited, dude. CM Smith, I love you. Just want to say, TV Source sucks. Hacks for days. I'll be filing a lawsuit against y'all. Better lawyer up.
Sam, I agree. We are hacks.
We are the worst.
I'm Ron Carlivati's secret boyfriend.
Oh my goodness!
On the down low. Oh,
I ain't down low, baby girl. I've been out since I was like 5.
I've missed you, CM Smith. Like, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you cared enough to come in and join us on this live podcast episode and be a part of this. Like, you were such a big part of the after show last time. I don't know if you heard it, but you're really here again, and I appreciate you as I'm clicking the ban button.
Why does he need our financial records?
If you like our financial records,
Days doesn't even have a budget. You think they're gonna pay us? They didn't even pay their cast.
Oh
Fuck
my
outta here.
god.
Anyway, back
Anyways,
to the Aussie who got
anyways.
deported.
Yes. So when you mess up your opportunities, it's on you. There was an opportunity to be paired with Victoria. And while that's going on, while there are people who are swelling into this and becoming fans, you're out trying to drum up support for what is essentially a dead ship. She left the show, she's gone. But you're, hey, Laners, let's try to get Lily and Kane back together. Fuck, no. Okay, so that ends, right? And unfortunately, we're back with Billy and Victoria, which is a whole separate issue I don't want to get into today.
Jonathan blocked him.
So now you get
I
the
thought I did.
opportunity to work with what is, hands down, the sweetest, most respected lady in soaps, and Beth Maitland. And the reports are coming out that you're not a fan of it. The SOD blind items. One actor isn't a fan of the proper pairing that he's in and is doing everything he can to try to get out of it, blah, blah, blah. Allegedly. I've been sued by Days before, so let me say allegedly. This is going on. What are people supposed to do? You were given opportunities and you continue to not accept them. So it is what it is. Like, I've been over Kane for years. Kane has done nothing but drag Lily down. He's done nothing but outlive his value. He has had numerous character after numerous character. Pimp him, prop him up. Actual propping.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this is the proper term, right? Actual propping
Yes.
of Kane for years. And now what? Now what? Now you want to try to, fuck out of here. Whatever.
My annoyance with this is that it took too long. He should have been gone so long ago. The fact that he is as hated as he is by everybody except for Lane Nazis. Everybody else cannot stand him. And the fact that they still were willing to jump on the Vane ship tells you that it has nothing to do with him. They were willing to accept that because they love Victoria. They were willing to accept Train because they like Tracy. It had nothing to do with him. He's always been the least interesting person in his own relationship, in his own family, and in his own storylines. Always. So, but people were still like, hey, I like Vane. Even I, for a second, when they was on that couch, I was like, oh, hold on a second. Maybe I can stop hating him for 5 minutes and get behind this. And then he went right back to being an asshole. It's like this whole thing with Crystal. I feel bad for Crystal because I feel like everything was placed on her shoulders with this because she left. And whether or not you believe exactly, and whether or not you believe that she left on her own accord, I do not. I believe that they dropped her to recurring and then told her about it later. Period. I'm not going to change my story. But regardless if you believe that she left on her own accord or she didn't, it was her choice not to come back. It wasn't her choice to leave, as far as I'm concerned, but it was her choice not to come back. She moved to Canada with this fine ass boyfriend of hers, happy, living her life, and he's sitting up here. What exactly was he asking for?
He's out there crying in that parking lot.
Was he asking, because he can't control what she does with her life, so was he asking for her to be recast? Like, I didn't understand why he was so obsessed with Lane when one of them was in another country. I was so confused, like, the whole thing. But either way, I'm glad he's gone. Goodbye. Deport him. Build the wall. I don't really give a shit. I don't want to see his face ever fucking again. And the meltdowns from the Lane fans the past couple weeks has been the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh, Devon's gonna need somebody else to prop him up now that he's gone. Devon and Kane haven't had scenes together in months until this week. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't. Y'all are living in an alternate universe, and I live for
we
it.
love karma.
Die mad. I don't care.
I find it highly amusing that they were talking about other people needing to, get to give Devon relevance. And it's like, it's funny. Y'all hate everything that the L part of Lane comes with. But they're the ones who made him matter. And without them, he's a non-motherfucking factor. So who's the one who was really clinging for relevance?
Well,
it's so sad that all that handsome was wasted on him.
You think Sunken Eyes was handsome?
Some people can't help
Oh my
that,
God.
Ashley.
Hey, to each their own.
He was kind of cute.
Mm,
I miss when he followed me for like a week and he saw me talk shit about Kane and immediately
oh, he followed
unfollowed.
me too, and he unfollowed. I'm surprised he hasn't blocked me.
Immediately.
He did this thing where he followed me and then unfollowed me and then followed me again and then unfollowed me again. I was like, dude, I hate you. I don't know why you keep wasting your time.
Well, now that the Beastmaster has been put out to pasture.
He's got a lot of time now.
On those hands. Yes, on those hands. So, one of my favorite
Oh, thank
things
you,
about...
Candace.
Oh, what Candace?
Sorry, Candace said congratulations to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Candace. Oh my goodness. I love Candace. She's a throwback to an old era.
She's so sweet. Why you call her a throwback? You can't
because
people throwbacks.
No,
calling people old.
I'm not calling people old. Candace understood what I'm talking about.
But you can't call people throwbacks.
A throwback is to another era. We were the Blog Talk Radio era, dude.
Back in the day,
Candace used to listen. I would be like,
just digging it deeper.
I would be like, fuck it. I don't know what the show plan is for tonight. Somebody call it and host with me. And Candace and Brandon would, and not Brandon, Brandy would call in and co-host with me. And it was fun. And we'd do it for hours. And we'd take crazy calls, like the person who thought he was Ian Regal's ghost. And his name was Casper. It was hilarious. And she would like do interviews with me and stuff, like with the actors. It was fun. Candace, I meant that throwback thing in a good way. Those were good times at In the Zone Radio. Good stuff. So, as I was saying, one of my favorite things about us, right, especially like when we're getting ready for the show, is sharing of the tea, right? We get to have little tea parties and we talk about the things that we know that other people
so goddamn long before.
Yes, they'll be like, "All right, Jonathan."
Right?
Like,
oh my god!
So we're gonna start taping at 2:30, and we won't start until 4 because we're like talking about tea and shit.
I got so much good Days tea, y'all. Oh my god!
But that's why I say save that for after.
Good.
Like, I want to get this stuff done.
I actually hate it because the more y'all tell me and then say, "Oh, but you can't say anything for
you can't do it."
Bitch, what? Do you know how long we were sitting on that time jump shit? I almost tweeted. Can't tell me nothing because I don't give a shit. I ain't got no money. Nothing.
I'll message the group and I'll be like, "Can we talk about this yet?" And Jonathan's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, all right." Or then I'll reference something and they'll be like, "Wait, you didn't tell us this." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I told Ashley." Well, what about us? What about you? Ashley she gets everything first. Yeah.
Don't be
she gets everything first.
Don't be like,
but listen,
hey, I got a secret and I'm not telling. Like, that's the thing that causes the whole...
I wish I could tell y'all.
Next year.
Wait, there is some days
that
we know. I forgot.
Next year, y'all. Heavily.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. So many Days is just gonna... This is why I tell y'all that Days is the soap opera. Nobody else is doing it like them. Yeah, they don't have no money. Yeah, sometimes the stories can be kind of crazy and offensive. But listen, they are innovating. Next year, it's going to be a Days like you've never seen. Well, actually, starting real soon. Starting in like 2 weeks.
Yes. Exactly. You know, all the penny pinching and, you know, doling out WIC and food stamps and, you know, Section 8 housing to the cast. Like, all of that is important because it helps us keep the show on the air. And listen, that's crazy shit that's going to happen next year. Like,
oh wait, someone said we should spill something. Okay, let me tell you a spoiler. I'm gonna say a spoiler. Okay, get ready. Me. Next year, they'll be back. That's it.
What?
That's all you're getting.
Wait, what did you just say? Who's gonna be back?
They'll be back. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate you.
That's cute.
Y'all gotta.
That's cute.
Anyway.
hate you. I hate you.
Michelle.
Oh man.
The secret is I am going to be on Days of Our Lives. Yes, I am playing Eli's true love, and I will get to fondle him as much as I like.
So, I mean,
Sorry, Lonnie.
really want to talk about that with all the NBC lawsuits that are flying about right now? You want to be that problem, Ashley? Ashley, no, you can't go there.
There are tattoos that need to be licked, and I am here to lick them.
He has a wife.
That really doesn't matter.
And on the show.
That doesn't matter.
She can have them. I just want them once. Just give one. Just give 5 minutes. God. I can do what I need to do in 5 minutes.
When I was so nervous when I had an interview with him,
he has a wife, not Ashley.
Is one of the coolest people I've ever spoken to. Lamone Archie really is. Can I say the N-word on air?
No, don't say it.
I'm gonna say it.
It'll give
He's
Jonathan
that
an
nigga.
opportunity.
Lamone Archie is really that nigga. I'm gonna say it. Why can't I say it?
He is very charismatic, very good looking, as what we refer to as a visual.
But like very real, very cool. He was very honest. Like I really loved talking to him. I was so nervous talking to him, but because I was like, yo, it's like this man is fine. He's gonna know I think he's fine.
Because I would have forgotten my home training and my manners.
He almost said nigga in the interview though.
That's all right.
Because he was talking about Eli, and I was like, what I love about Eli is that like he's just really he's a black man. Like I just feel that. And he's like, oh yeah, he's gonna get real black, or like Eli is a real, and then he was like, brother.
That's okay, Corian. Who amongst us on the line hasn't ever said the N-word?
All of y'all white people better not have fucking said it.
Oh my god.
Hands down, my favorite interview in the last year was Camila Benes. That girl.
That one was a doozy.
That was some shit. Listen.
Her fine ass. Mm-hmm.
She is a star. She is a star. And you want to talk about somebody who loves their show, who loves their co-stars. She speaks about every single person she works with the utmost respect. She has so much love for that show. And when she's like, I don't want to leave Days. As long as Days will have me, I will be here. There's not a lot of people who look at it like that. There are a lot of them who are like, God, I can't wait to leave when my contract is up. I mean, I'm going to miss those benefits, but like, I got to leave. She's like, nah, they let her do her projects. She gets to go away for a bit.
I remember Dave never used to do that. And like, I love how they're much more like open to that now. I think that's really cool.
Because they were losing everybody. I think Days finally realized that as long as they make their set welcoming and they give people some freedom, they will come back. But that's why they were losing so many of the younger stars, because they were getting burned out, they were overworked, and they weren't allowed to take time off or to go do outside projects. And when you have someone like Camila, who is a true thespian, she wants to act, she wants to try different things, she wants to put up different roles. You have to give them some of that freedom to go and do that. And Days is feeding her creative beast right now, and it's so perfect. Oh my god!
And that's why the casts are all friends now. And unlike other shows cast where you only see maybe 1 or 2 people hanging out, we see in those days people hanging out all the time. I still remember being shocked and awe when Olivia Keegan, Victoria Konefal, and like Lamone and Sal, and then like Eric Martsolf were like all hanging out like at a party. I was like, he is some grown kid's father, and he's like, hanging out with all of these kids. But like everybody really likes each other on that show.
Yeah,
I always think that's really good. Wait, Jonathan, why nobody calling us?
That's up to them. They need a call.
Slide into Jonathan's DMs and request the link.
Yep.
Slide into them very deep, and he will send you the link.
He is wide.
He'll give you that link.
So what I'm going to say is, like, looking at our interview, like, dude, Corian, your interview with Lillian Bowden was awesome.
I miss you, Andy Mac.
Like,
Oh yeah,
So
that was
good.
good. It was a good
Ashley,
talk.
like you got Brittany Sharpie and Brighton, like so many good interviews you did over this year. And really exciting to see what great content we broke and got to be a part of, and listening to those interviews, and you guys getting so excited for them. Like that's the back end and afterwards, like talking about the experiences are some of my favorite parts about being here.
Yeah, definitely.
Every interview, like you should be excited for every interview that you get because they don't come easy. And
Short
it's a
out
lot of
home.
hard work.
Jesus.
It's a lot of hard work and prep that goes into
Don't
everything.
answer emails for nothing.
And we work hard on it. You know, we come up with questions, we come up with a narrative. It's a team effort. Like nothing is really done without the help of others. And we've got such a close-knit group here. I mean, I can message Ashley like, Ashley, I'm super stumped. I don't know what to do with this interview. She's like, give me what you got. And I'll send it to her and she's like, all right, well, you take this out. This is a stupid fucking question. They're not going to answer that shit. Like, why I'm mad at you for even putting that down. Ask this instead. And then I'll give it to Corian. And he's like, I mean, I don't hate it, but this could be better. And then Jonathan will come up with some more constructive things to add. And then we make it work. And it comes together well because we are a team. And I think our approach to things is a lot different because we are not traditional media. Like it's hard to get callbacks. It's hard to get responses because you have publicists who don't do their jobs.
Nope.
Who don't realize that, hey, if someone is asking you about your show when you are last in the ratings and your social media numbers have tanked and your cast is unhappy and your social numbers are down and your critical acclaim is down, you should be lucky someone's asking about your fucking show. But no, you want to continue to be elitist and give scoops to people who don't even know how to spell your cast members' names properly. And ignore the people who are genuinely interested in your show. And that's fine because you have people like Days and Y&R and Hollyoaks and the primetime publicists who are a lot more open and a lot more willing to respond and get back to you because they understand what it's about. I remember when we were blacklisted for a while, when we first started.
Remember
because
when you were blacklisted.
And you.
No,
People
no,
don't
we
blacklist me yet.
this is before you guys came in. Like it was,
Yeah, no, that's
When
what
it
you
was
were
bad.
blacklisted. The three of us are still good with people. They don't.
When
Yeah,
we
innocent.
were soap opera source, we were blacklisted for a bit because an exit from a
Explains the name
previous
change.
place I worked for did not go well. It did not go well at all. And there was like legitimate attempts to keep us out of things, and it was really hard. But you worked your way through it and got it to work. And it's like that's why I'm super always appreciative of the opportunities that we get because it doesn't have to get handed to you. And when you think that things should start being handed to you, that you don't have to work for it, that you don't have to put in the work to make them look good just as good as you, then you're in the wrong business.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I thought Y&R still hated us until they actually said yes to Brighton. They were like, "Oh yeah, sure." I was like, "What? I can sleep with him? Are you serious? Really? I mean, okay, jeez, okay. I thought you hated me.
Do you know where I'm coming from?
Do you remember what I did last summer? No, okay." Whatever. I mean, yeah, that's the one thing that I would say has been kind of frustrating is that I didn't realize that it was all of this red tape trying to speak to somebody. Like I'll just kind of say something that I was really excited about possibly getting an interview last summer, early fall. I was like, man, if I get this interview, this is going to be huge. This is great. And I kept emailing the publicist all the time, just kept emailing, kept staying on. Oh yeah, we can do that this day. Oh no, we can't do it this day. We'll do it this day. Oh yeah, well no, we can. To the point that I just gave up. and I was so excited because I really, really wanted to talk to her. I was so defeated, but
You know,
maybe
they
one
still
day.
Yeah.
send us shit, Ashley. They still send us trying to get to arrange dates for that.
And I don't want to drag anybody because it's not her fault. It's not
It's
even the
not.
post's fault. It's just that they were just so busy. But in case y'all need to know who I'm talking about, I was talking about Nafisa Williams. Like, I wanted to talk to her. I love her. Okay, I love Black Lightning. I loved her on One Life to Live, even though Ron, what he did with that character is questionable. And I really wanted to talk to her. I was like, please just let me talk to her for 4 seconds, please. And it never worked out. But hopefully one day I will. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna give up.
We're gonna will it into existence.
Listen, I am.
We're gonna
Nafisa
get her and her sister, like her
I
on-screen
love
sister.
China.
Yeah.
Yeah. So while we're doing the live episode, let's just go ahead and put this out there. So, TV Source, we are going to be looking for new writers soon. We're going to be looking for people to join the team. Going to be expanding in some different things, and I'm being very vague so that Jonathan doesn't be like, "Fuck you, Ryan,"
because I'm
so,
going to be.
But
Because
this
if
is
you
something.
admit something,
This is
that's
something
what's gonna
that
happen.
this is something that needed to be done.
That's fine. But
And
you just better
so
be doing
it's
it
going
because you
to
done said it on the
happen.
air. And now
And so we've already
if you said it
started
on the air,
taking.
then there better be
We
content
have
coming from it.
already started taking
I am
people.
sick of
That's
you.
fine.
So
That's
if
great.
you are
Let me see the content.
interested, in joining the TV Source team, you can at TV Source on Twitter, and then you can send us an email, or you can just respond to the link that's gonna go out next week
Mm-hmm.
with the call for writers.
Please,
Okay.
please send us a writing sample. Don't
Yes.
just say, "Hey, I'm friends with you on Twitter."
Yeah.
No, you have
No.
What I've
to.
done. And
Even
and
if it's
I'll just
fanfic,
do
bitch. I
something.
love fanfic. Send that to me. I'll read it.
Yeah.
I love me
But,
some fanfic.
but we have
Content is
our
king.
first caller for the day.
Finally.
Finally,
There we go.
girl.
It's
we've
my
been saying
fault
it
That
forever.
is
because she
tongue
told me
in.
to send her a link at the start, and I just kind of got busy.
Y'all
Get
got
it
30
together.
minutes.
Get it together.
I'm leaving in
Jonathan.
30 minutes.
I know. Such is my life.
Like,
Well,
my high is starting to really get high.
there you go. Well,
Cause
hello,
my
Jenna.
high is coming
Hi.
down.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Jenna.
How are
Hi,
you?
Jenna.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey.
How are you feeling?
I am on cloud freaking 9. I'm 5x5, lady.
Oh my god.
Hilarity.
I got nothing to say.
You got nothing?
Nothing because oh my god, I'm so mad. All right. Well,
Jonathan,
Jenna,
you love me.
what do you have to say, or what question do you got for us?
Okay, I just want to say that you guys made me fall in love with soaps again when I found this podcast. So I'm just going to tell you that right now. Like, honestly, like I had never laughed so much in like 3 hours in my entire life. So I just wanted to let y'all know that was a year ago, I want to say, because I was very like on the fence, like, yeah, if I watch it, I watch it. If not, whatever. And then it was like I had to watch because I had to understand what you guys were talking about, so that way I could agree. So I just want to tell you guys that, and then y'all know that I love you anyway. I at you guys enough. But my question is, with all the stuff that's happened in like the last year on soaps, and I'm talking American soaps because I know that you go with Hollyoaks with this, because I would too if I was in your shoes. What is the best moment so far this year in American soaps?
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
This year.
Ooh, that's a good question.
What was the question? I missed it. You know,
What's the best moment that's happened on an American soap this past year?
That's already happened, so you can't choose anything that's
Damn it.
gonna happen.
Okay, I have it. Of
I
course,
have
I'm gonna talk
two.
about Days.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the shift from the bullshit to where we are currently on Days of Our Lives, like the first 6 months of the year were terrible. We were vocal about it. Everyone was vocal about it. And like we were hoping and praying that it was going to change. And then, you know, of course, we knew some spoilers that came in. And then we're like, okay, so like this does sound like a good pivot. And it really pivoted. Like the current state of the show is back to what excited us 2 years ago when my secret boyfriend, Ron Carlivati, started writing for the show. So I really like where it is now, like seeing Gabby embrace the vixen side of her and seeing, you know, two Black characters on the show actually finally getting writing that fits them into the canvas of the show rather than just being the supporting characters or cops. Seeing John and Marlena back in the forefront and getting a set, seeing Hope doing something that's just not being Hope Brady, like, because now she's Princess Gina, and having like the kooky Dr. Rolf running around, and all of your favorite old characters are still there too. You know, Jack and Jennifer doing whatever it is y'all like about them. Like, that's just like, I love seeing that. It really feels like we have that same energy back because we lost it for a while. So Days has gotten me excited again.
All right, who else? I don't have a moment yet.
God, it's November and I don't have a moment.
Oof.
Yikes. Oh Jesus.
That's because you're not
Neil's-
watching Days. That's why.
I'm
Neil's funeral
trying to get
for
back
me.
into it. I'm watching things. Whose funeral?
Neil's funeral.
Oh God, that killed me.
Oh,
I'm sad that we got there the way that we did, and it's not about that, but the tribute that they did for that star and what they did, like that really hit me hard, and it was such a well done moment in a terrible event that happened, and that's kind of, I think, the only positive thing I think I could say about that show.
yeah, definitely did him justice.
Yeah,
There
they
was like moments of it that I was like, maybe we can change this, and that. But I was like, you know what? It's not about that. It's not about my, putting on my fandom hat. What have they done to honor this man that's been on the show for so long? And I think they did a great job.
Especially since we were expecting nothing but the worst.
I was expecting a banner, and that was it.
Yeah.
I will pick. I have two. One is going to be really surprising because I shit on the show all the time. I think one of my favorite moments from this year was from The Bold and the Beautiful, and it was the utilization of Douglas and the reveal of that girl's baby still being alive. And it was just, it was the creepy, it was the creepy directing. It was the creepy music and the little kid just grabbing the phone and being like, Phoebe is Beth. That was a good moment. It was a moment. Thought it was good.
Out of everything that happened over the year,
I watched him say that line for 2 weeks. Phoebe is Beth.
It's Beth.
Beth is
Beth
Phoebe.
is Phoebe.
Yes.
Like, that was 2 weeks of my life, Ryan, that I don't get to have back. But okay, cool.
Okay, that's one. And then the other was when Phyllis was removed from power at Chabot. And it was a messy the way it was executed, but the tour de force performance from Gina Tognoni made it work. I miss Gina Tognoni so much because she made use of every opportunity that she was given. There was no word left on the page that was not used. There was no part of her body language that was not incorporated into the drama. She did everything.
No word left on the page. That wasn't you.
Hey,
I mean,
was
think
said
about it.
twice, so you're good. You're good.
Oh man,
she was great,
right.
And I just miss everything about her. And again, in the hands of a lesser performer, it could have been over the top, but it wasn't. Gina continued to be an utmost professional despite what she was having to deal with, and I miss her. I miss that.
Yeah.
Can we answer a question in chat real quick?
Yes.
What's the question?
Tony Ann asked earlier what our favorite moment was that we spoke into existence. That's a great goddamn question because we are some goddamn psychics up in here, man.
Ooh.
We are psychics. Obviously, mine is Sin. Yes, I'm responsible. So all of you people who hate Sin, the fact that you don't at me as much as you should is funny. You should be in my mentions every day, wishing me nothing but the worst. And you can suck on it.
Ashley, you also spoke into existence Mitchell being gay on Hollyoaks. You
yes,
spoke
I
that
did.
one.
Yeah, I did.
I'm trying to think some other ones that we've made come true.
I don't remember. I know I had one. What was mine?
I was about to say one that was not announced yet. Let me shut up. Ooh, child. See, this is why y'all can't tell me shit early.
Oh wait, you're right. I did speak that one.
You're
I've been
mine.
talking about this for years, and it's happening.
I spoke my girl Haley Aaron's Daytime Emmy into existence.
Shut
You're
up.
welcome.
Anyway, next.
You and your blondes.
That is a cursed wish. That was a curse.
It was, but that's some good ones. I wish we had a list of what all we've talking into existence.
I know. You guys know better than we do. Because we don't remember. We have to do
I
this.
know there was something
Billy
else.
Miller's exit.
Oh my god.
That's you.
I sure did.
That is you.
You also
I miss that thick
you
man.
spoke his existence into existence. in
I
the first
sure
place.
did.
Funny.
And look at it. No, real listen, big ups to Billy Miller, right? He is no longer having to be miserable at work. And he, ends up going from working with the lead to working with people like, Octavia Spencer and Tammy Roman and others on the new Apple series that's going to be premiering soon. So I'm happy for him. He gets to be happy.
There you go.
Yes, Tammy Roman is in that series, honey. She's
I know.
It's gonna be
good.
interesting.
Ain't she from basketball?
I mean, she's from the real world.
He
She's a
said
legend.
the real world.
She is a legend in the reality TV game. Technically, she's a veteran. She's more acclaimed than some of these other people out there. So yeah, I'm happy.
Wait, where is Tony at? Because I know Tony. There is something. This is else that we talking to. I know I'm not crazy.
Well, we'll get her in here in a minute. Jenna, do you have any other questions for us?
No, thanks, guys.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Jenna,
Good
thank
night.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
Let's see here. Our next caller should be calling in now.
We have
Okay,
callers,
here.
too. This
I
is
know.
legit.
Which is all.
I brought Dr. Taylor Hayes back. I sure
Oh,
did.
you did.
That's one. That's one.
Oh, you could have kept her.
Oh.
I'm just saying that
Jeez.
that tear didn't do it
She
for me.
said that Emmy one got her show canceled. Haley Aaron's Emmy.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh no. What are you?
Let's see. I've got two more people that are looking to call in, so we will get them here.
Is one of them CM?
One of them, unfortunately, is not CM Smith. He was busy tonight.
I want
so
to
he's
talk to
gonna be-
CM Smith.
If CM
Me
Smith would
too.
like to call in, I am
Ooh.
interested
Wait.
in having this discussion with him.
In the meantime, Candace asked a really good question. What has been the biggest mistake each soap made in the last year?
Oof.
Oh,
Let's pick.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
instead of doing all the soaps, let's each assign ourselves a soap.
Damn.
Ashley,
I'll take-
you assign us the soaps, Ashley.
Yeah.
huh? What? Why do I?
Because you will be impartial. Assign us the soaps, Ashley.
Okay. Corian gets to do GH.
Okay.
Jonathan gets to do Days.
Damn.
Ryan
Expecting.
gets to do Bold and Beautiful. Now do what's the last one?
Why
Why
not?
not?
I don't want to do Weinar. Oh, wait a minute. Let's shuffle this again. Hold on. No,
Nope, too late.
Damn.
Damn, I should have done
Damn.
GH. I don't watch.
Too late.
Okay.
Okay, I already have it for GH. One of the biggest mistakes was dragging out every single storyline and also having it pin on that corn husk doll, Nell Benson. She is not a great actress. She is not great to look at. She's not great to listen to. And to have her be the focal point of like all of these non-stories and then just continue to drag them out because she was like, who's doing that?
They're muted now.
Oh. Anyway, But to have her like drag it out just because of like, because they needed her character there, because they thought that she was like this firecracker, this center of the show, this epicenter, and she's just nothing of the sort. Like everything about her was terrible. Everything about her was terrible. Like, it's so sad that this show has 10,000 cast members and then they choose this moldy, wet towel to focus on and then just ruin the show. The show was driven into the ground because I feel like they took that example of what they thought was a long story and then applied it to everything else they did. That's why we never got shit with Jason, Drew, and Sam, because they were like, oh, we're going to take our time. But Billy Miller was like, I ain't got fucking time. I'm out of here. My contract is over. Like, it's so, like, this is the creative direction behind that show is just so flawed, and I cannot wait for it to be canceled.
Oh, well then.
I said it, because you know why? I never liked ABC soap operas anyway. Bloop.
Alrighty then.
Dang. So
Jonathan?
for days, like, all I have is like the entirety of the first 6 months. Like, that entire thing was just a mess. And
That was a mistake.
Gotta be more specific.
it was something that I just
All
didn't
of
like.
it.
If I need to pick something, not getting rid of Abby sooner, because that was just awful. At the
Hold
start.
up.
That's
I'm
not
not
Anything
working.
Jack Devereaux. There we go.
I'm
That's
that
what I'm
meme
gonna go with.
I'm
There
the
we go.
meme of that girl
Yep.
who's laughing and then like waving her hands in front of her. Like, wait a minute.
Okay. Jack
You
Devereaux.
are trying to come for my Abby?
Honestly, it was because I was trying to kill time till I thought of something, and
Okay.
Abby was right here, and I knew I could get some reaction from you. But no, Jack Devereaux is the entirety of what was wrong with the first 6 months of Days of Our Lives, and Jack Devereaux is what really made me want to tune out of that show. So, yes, him, everything associated with him. Does that work, Catherine?
Okay, so Ashley, is my turn?
I suppose.
Okay, so mistakes from the Bone of Beautiful, right? I
No,
think.
what's the biggest mistake? One.
Oh, the biggest mistake.
Yeah.
Yep, just
Just
one.
the one.
Just one.
He had a list.
Yeah, if he had a list, I was like, nope, we're not here for monologue. We're here for just a question.
Wow, the shade.
That's fine.
I
Just hurry
felt
up.
it.
We got two callers
See,
on
I
the
gave
line.
I
We're
gave
ready.
that one to Ryan thinking that he would only have one instead
No,
of
no,
you, Jonathan. 'Cause I thought you would have a litany.
I appreciate it, Ashley. I would say
Sure.
not changing creative. Bold and Beautiful creative
Oh.
has been stale. It's been dry. It has needed some lube for a very long time, and it's just not doing it. And there are some very talented writers at that show who could be doing greatness, and instead they continue to just go into the cycle of repetition. I think Brad Bell should have left a long time ago, and give or elevate someone like a Patrick Mulcahy or a Michelle Valjean to co-head writer and head writer, so that they can inject some new life into the show. So that's probably the biggest mistake that they've done this year.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, good answer. Good answer. Okay, so for The Young and the Restless, oh god, they did so many things wrong this year.
So many.
I'm going to say that one of the biggest things that they did was become singularly focused. And what I mean by that, it's not always it's something that we've accused Bold and Beautiful of because they have a much smaller cast. You have a smaller cast, so I understand that you would focus on one storyline at a time. There's 35, 40 people over at The Young and Restless. There's no reason why we have to have Adam every day and the Rosaleses every other day. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't understand why it is that they became so focused on certain stories and then gave there's one A story, there's one A minus story, and then everything else is a C. And I can't quite understand why they decided to do that. The person who I would like to blame is gone, so good riddance. But yeah, it's just I'm not going to sit up here and say, "Oh, the Rosaleses are the worst thing that ever happened to YNR." The Rosaleses would have been acceptable had you eased them in slowly and not use them to replace a whole nother sector of your goddamn show. But the fact that you brought on one and then built an entire family around him, and he was never even on like the whole time that they were doing this, he was never on contract. It wasn't until they started building the family around him that he became a contract actor. And I was like, how do you bring in a sister and another brother and a mother, and the daddy's on the phone, and you got him in a storyline where he's screwing the first lady of Genoa City, and then now he's like, the whole thing was just weird to me. They did not ease him in. They threw him on us. And then you brought back Adam, and the entire show's being eaten alive by him. So I just, it's been something that I've accused them of before, how they just don't divvy up things equally. So that'd be it for that.
Oh, very cool. All right. Well, then let's.
That's a good
Good
one.
answer. Good answer.
And we have two
Oh,
callers.
thank you.
By Adam.
So
Oh, Jesus.
let's get.
Ooh, looks like we have.
So
guests.
Jonathan, where's our
So-
callers?
So
Where's our next callers?
let's get one on the line here. Let's start with Tony Ann. You were here first. So Tony Ann, what questions do you have for us?
Hey, Tony Ann.
Hi.
If she can.
I'm not
figure
saying
it out.
Tony Ann.
Is she there? You have her muted.
I do have her muted. I'm trying to get her unmuted.
I don't know which one's her number.
I know. I was like, "Ah."
Well, I know she's not in Miami, so she's not the 305.
There you are.
Okay, I think I unmuted myself. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Sure can.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
Tony Ann. Hi, doll.
So my question is kind of a continuation of the one I asked in the chat. You already answered the one of what is your favorite thing to speak into existence that you've already done so. So my next question is, what would you like to speak into existence for TV Source for the coming year?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
And it can be story, it can be interview, it can be anything you want.
It would be Corian hitting over 1,000 followers.
Yes.
Oh God.
It's on the way. Like our parents told us, I don't know if you guys read or not, but there's a story called The Tortoise and the Hare. Slow wins the race. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to, using this platform for my platform. Yeah.
Anyway. So I am going to be attending a YR Fantasy event, whatever the hell it is. Brittany and Brighton are coming to Pittsburgh in March, and I'm going. And I'll probably be doing some stuff for the site for that. And I am going to
Nice.
wish into existence a invite to their wedding. That's all.
Would you? A wedding? On the show?
No.
No, in real life.
No, in real life.
Wait a minute. Who is Jinx 1599 able? I'm gonna fight you. By 2025, Corian will get that 1,000.
Yes, Jinx. I love you.
Jonathan, you're next.
Y'all be trying to play me.
Gosh, what do I want to wish into existence? So that's complicated. I don't know, cause,
Oh, you have so many
I
things
have
you
so
want to
many
happen.
things. I have so many things I
on
want to
all
happen,
of your-
and I'm on that. So what? Okay, what I want to wish to existence. Let's just go with B&B. I want. Okay, nope. I'm gonna go all 4 soaps. I wish all 4 soaps that are here in America to be watchable. I'm not saying great. I'm not saying like. They don't even have to be good. They just have to be watchable. Like, I don't feel like Bold is currently. I don't feel like GH is currently. I don't feel like Y&R is currently, and Days wasn't for part of it. So I want all 4 soaps to be watchable. That's what I'm gonna wish into existence this year.
Nice.
Word.
So Ryan,
Oh.
that's you.
So I'm going to speak into existence. More growth for our brand. I think we are primed for bigger and better things. as we get more comfortable and familiar with our own talents and our abilities, we are able to challenge and push ourselves to do more. So I'm excited for that. We've got a new look. We've got some great new things in the works, and I just want us to continue to be on the path that we are and work better together. Hashtag better together, Hillary Clinton. And have us just like honestly just continue to kind of do what we're doing. And I personally hope that our relationships get better with each other. Because the stronger we are, the better we are. So that's my outlook for the next year. And as far as like coverage and TV things go, I wish the best for the soaps, you know, but there's so much television out there. There's so much quality. Yeah.
What?
There's so much quality television out there, and it's going to be on us to try to use our platforms to give them more coverage. So growth.
Can I add something?
Yes, ma'am.
I have another wish. So Bold and Beautiful and General Hospital, I need you to listen to me when I say this, okay? You have currently in your possession 2 of the most badass powerhouse actresses Daytime has ever seen. And you are shitting on them left and right. Listen to me when I tell you this. I will fly to LA and beat your ass if you don't give my Heather Tom and my Maura West something to do other than being fucking punching bags. I am sick of it. I don't even watch these 2 shows, and I'm sick of it because I see the tweets. I see what you guys are saying, what they're doing to Ava's character on GH, and every time I see it, it makes me angry physically. That is the reason why I stopped watching GH, was because Ava was just a punching bag. She just was there to get her baby ripped out of her goddamn uterus and be blamed for it. To give, you know, to have her daughter call, you know, some bitch that has already pushed out 7 kids mommy. Like, I'm sick of it. So if you guys don't do right by my girls, oh, it'll be a cold day in hell. Listen, stop fucking with me. I'm not playing with y'all. Ooh, I have a passport. I have my real ID. Pennsylvanians, you know what that is. So if y'all decide to do any location shoots, I'll be there. Where's Heather Tom? Where is she? Why isn't she here? I don't want to hear about Katie's heart or her fucking liver ever again. Give my girl a story. You sons of bitches. Anyway, go ahead. I'm done.
Jesus
Sorry.
Christ. I mean,
All
you're not
rant.
wrong. You're not
Oh,
wrong.
she snapped.
Wait, how did I forget this? Bree Drew just said a really good one. They wish that all of us will be invited to the UK courtesy of Hollyoaks. We've been telling them, y'all better fly us out. We are passport ready. Good Lord.
Just really quickly, because I feel like you guys think that we don't have any problems with Hollyoaks. So can we just listen? Can we just go through and just say one thing that Hollyoaks has done this year that we don't like? Because I have a list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maxine. I'll just start there.
Well, yeah, there you go. Maxine. Her whole storyline.
I may not argue with some of the other ones, but Maxine's the one I think we can all agree on.
Yeah. Yeah. And she just disappeared. Where the hell is the rest of the continuation of that? But anyway, my biggest issue with this show is that when I started watching the show, you guys are like, "Oh yeah, the McQueens are it. They're it. That's the family. You gotta like the McQueens. The McQueens are the shit." I hate the fucking McQueens. Like, if it's not for Marlena, my Nana, she's safe from this. Every other McQueen can die and die violently. I don't care.
Not my Goldie.
Fuck Goldie and her weave. Like, they are eating the show alive, in my opinion. That is the storyline that has just... You had the Lori shit. Like, the Lori storyline was on maybe if I was lucky, 10 episodes a month, if that. Maybe not even. Maybe 7 episodes a month. You had the shit with the what is it? The Steve and all his bullshit. That storyline didn't seem like it was on that much. But you're telling me Brita being a serial killer needs to be on every day for months on end? Mercedes being a crackhead needs to be on for months on end. Like I can't. I fucking hate the McQueens. Every last one of them, except for Nana and Bobby. The rest of them can die.
You know what? Actually, if this were prior to this year, I would be like blasphemy. But honestly, between Brita being like this ridiculous serial killer and Mercedes pulling a Demi by putting coke in her snatch, I am over them too.
Thank you. They got to go. I'm sorry. I love my Hollyoaks, but man, sometimes I'll let a week, maybe even 2. If we're not recording, I'll let 2 weeks go by before I watch it again because I just don't feel like seeing that. There's so many other great storylines on that show, and the McQueens ain't it.
Poor McQueens. I love you guys.
I
Fuck 'em.
agree.
I have one.
Okay, what do you-
Liam losing that beard. He should have
Oh.
kept that fucking beard.
Oh my god,
Come on.
that was a
Mhm.
sad day, man. Because he was
But I'm
already
used
ugly
to it
before.
now. I'm used to it now, though.
I forgot he had a beard until you just said that.
Hollyoaks, we need another attitude calendar. It's time. It
Oh
is
my
time.
God.
I have been asking for this for months. We will put a GoFundMe for it together. Just give us, like, first of all, bring, what was his name? What was the guy who was tormenting Sienna?
Who?
Lori?
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 Yes, bring Lori back for the attitude shoot. Okay.
He's
And then
all
just do
upset.
it. Just do it. Just do it. I need it for Hollyoaks 2K20. I feel like
Wait,
it's
did
the
you just
perfect
say
thing.
he's still on set?
No, I mean for other personal reasons.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't play with me.
yeah.
Don't play
Nah.
with me.
Not
Mhm.
for filming reasons.
No, Hollyoaks don't bring back the
No.
dead that much. I
But
wish
But I
they
would love
I
to
get
see
that.
that film.
I would
Like,
love to see a good twin. We want to see
That's
Lori's
fine.
good twin come out of the woodwork.
yes,
I would
Lori's good
support
twin
that.
Rory.
Okay, wait.
Who
Who's the
falls
next
for
caller?
James.
All right.
It should be my girl Lita from Florida.
It is.
Oh, I forgot. Here she goes. She about to be ratchet, this city girl.
Oh.
Ah,
Here she go.
Oh, thanks, Tony Ann.
Thank you, Tony Ann. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. And all the questions. Let's see. Trying to
come on, Lita, let's get with it. Running up them bands, bitch. Hey, let's do it.
The fuck?
Mm-mm. You need to drink some water, some milk.
You need
The ghetto,
Jesus
honey.
is what you need. Is Jesus. I'm trying to see. I just made everybody mad. Well, let's see here.
You can't figure it out.
No, I can't figure it out. This is what happens when I do things on impulse and try and just mute people. Well,
Can't you just...
click
Didn't
unmute.
she find the mute button? Tony Ann said she had to unmute herself.
Oh, I'm scared they just turned the lights off in the office. I gotta get out of here.
Oh, God.
Oh my lord. Well, let's see here. If there's anybody other comments in the chat before we do this, we'll get Lita's question and then we'll wrap it up.
I'm mad all of y'all didn't call in. Y'all sitting here talking all week, talking about how y'all want to come through. Only 3 of y'all called.
Well, let's see if I do it this way.
While you're doing that, can I just say that I want these fucking people out of my house? Jesus, fix it.
They still there?
My life is in disarray, honey.
I thought they had
Listen,
moved.
I'm gonna need you to treat them like B&B treated their blacks and tell them
Oh.
you ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck up out of here.
I know. Y'all pray for me.
Jeez. Well,
You are real nice.
Lena!
Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hey, what's
What's
up,
up,
guys?
girl?
How you guys doing?
5x5, Lena.
Good.
How
No, is what do you guys want to do to get Candace Patton on your podcast?
I don't know
Oh.
who that is.
Listen, shut up, okay? Because if you don't know who Queen Candace Patton is, you don't deserve to talk.
And you really don't, Coriana.
Candace Patton is a little bit upper echelon for us, and she's a busy girl. We can't talk to her. If we could, trust me, I would try my hardest.
Basically, we've got to hope we run into her somewhere.
We gotta stalk a goddamn grocery store parking lot in Toronto. Is that where they filmed The Flash?
Yeah.
And Vancouver?
Vancouver. There it is.
Okay.
Vancouver.
I was
Yeah, I
like,
would love to
who?
talk to her.
And then I was like, oh, it's Iris, the one that I was told I need to watch.
Yes, Queen
I'm
Iris.
saying,
You need to
Yes,
watch that.
the star, the only female lead on The Flash.
Literally the only reason to watch the show, honestly.
I'm saying that is a swirl I think I could get behind.
No, Jonathan.
Y'all don't think Grant Gustin is cute?
He is.
I think he's
He's
cute.
cute as Barry.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. They do a lot to him on that set.
They do.
What do you
And
mean?
fans do a lot to him on social media. They bully that boy. They called him. He was a skinny legend, and his feelings was hurt. They said he wasn't filling out that Flash suit. They said, "Where's the bulge?" They was like, "You in these pictures? Where's the bulge, bitch?" I'm like, that is so mean. He had to deactivate his Instagram. If he even says one nice thing about Candace Patton, who, let's be real, he clearly loves Candace more than he loves his wife. Which I get it. Have you seen Candace? They like freak out. The little snow bunnies who are rapists are trying to like.
What?
It's always
Oh
something.
my god.
What are
Oh
you
my God.
talking about?
I'm talking about the freak. What are they called? Snowberries?
They're terrible.
Yes, they're terrible.
Wretched.
People. They are
How do you
worse.
ship something that never fucking happened? Never happened.
know.
Never gonna happen.
He said they're rapists.
They are.
Oh my god.
They're like, oh yeah, like Caitlyn should just go ahead and
Say
take it
things
because
like that.
she really wants Barry. If she really wants it, she'll go take what she wants. You cannot take someone else's dick. That is rape.
Oh my god, I don't know what to say other than. So is Iris black in the comics now that she's black on the show or no?
In the comics, the
Yes,
new one.
What?
her impact.
I was curious because I was like, huh, I wonder.
Yes, she is. When I think about all the abuse that she had to take from 600-pound fanboys living in their mother's basement
Oh my god.
because she was cast. And you continue to see as more and more Black women are being cast in roles in the superhero shows and movies. There's still that vitriol, but it's more of a support because of the things that people like her have had to go through. I mean, y'all saw, we talked about it last year, how nasty people were to Anna Diop about her being cast in Titans.
Oh, I
You
love
know?
Anna Diop.
She's
Like,
gorgeous.
It's unfortunate that there's still people who are locked into their fictional characters having to look like one thing, but they're trailblazers in their own way. They don't get enough credit. They really don't. I mean, she's fought for, in a very much Victoria Rowell kind of way, but sane. Fighting for Black hairstylists and Black wardrobe people and African Americans on the crew who know how to light properly and all of that. All of those things are important. These are things that Ashley's talked about, as part of her advocacy. And Candace, she's right in line with Candace. Ashley is our Candace Patton.
But I'm gonna need
Let's
y'all to
not
stop
go
watching.
that far.
I
I
mean,
need
you
y'all to
are
stop
Ashley.
watching The Flash.
I
though.
wish.
Stop watching The Flash and watch Titans.
Here's the thing. I actually have not seen The Flash since the middle of last season. And the reason is because that Nora girl was getting on my fucking nerves. I was like, listen, if this whole show is going to be about her, I don't want to see it. It
Her
just
face
is
is
getting on my nerves.
annoying.
I was glad when she, vanished. But anyway, I was going to get back into this season at some point. But, there's a couple of YouTube sites that only post like the cute West Allen scenes. So I'll just watch that from now on. Like the show and the formula of the show has gotten on my nerves for so long.
Oh, she was about to get hit.
Oh.
Sorry, I thought I muted.
That's that New York living. But the formula of the show has gotten on my nerves so much that it's just so formulaic. It's like every season it's one big bad villain that they have to spend literally 35 episodes trying to goddamn defeat. And I'm just like, okay. All right, I'm exhausted. So we'll see.
I want to give it a shot. I just don't. Like Like that's it. That's all I got for you. But maybe I will at least try and give it a shot. It's just I feel like if I'm gonna watch one, then I need to watch them all.
Oh hell no!
I don't have time
The
for
hell
that.
told you that? That's a damn lie.
You don't.
Because all the
you
crossover stuff.
No.
I feel like I need to.
Just
No.
watch
Understand the story.
Titans.
No.
That's why I think I'm just gonna watch Titans. That'll be
No,
fun.
Johnson, you don't have to do that. Trust me.
Apparently, they're going to be on the crossover too.
Dude, everybody and their mother is gonna be on the
I
crossover.
never watch crossovers. After they brought Nazis to my baby's wedding, I was like, y'all it's fucking crossover bullshit. I'm never watching another crossover again.
Dude, I saw they were reaching back into the dark depths of early 2000s Fox to bring back Birds of Prey to have them appear in
They
the
are.
crossover.
Like literally everybody that's ever been in a DC anything has been offered to come back. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. But the guy who played Lex Luthor on Smallville, you know, he was too big for it, so.
Yep. He decided not to come back. But thank you so much for the question.
Thanks.
Okay.
You're
I guess we need
welcome.
to
Bye, City Girl.
Thanks for
To-
calling.
wrap this up so Corian can
Real
go
ass
on.
bitches.
Yes,
Yes.
that's right. Hot girl Lena from the motherfucking South. Ah.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, thank you, Leah.
Wait, I know y'all be hating on Nicki Minaj, but that vocal that she
I'm
had
sorry,
at the
no,
end of
we're
Hot
not
Girl
going to
Summer.
talk. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about
We're
that.
not going to do that.
That shit was
I don't know who that
fire.
is.
Anyways,
You know what? You gotta get outta
Jonathan,
here,
can you take
cardboard box.
control?
All right.
Buy
Well,
that.
Bye.
Bye.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. The chat room's been popping since we started, and even before we were on. And I appreciate that. I appreciate Jenna, Tony Ann, and Lita for calling in and being a part of this. We appreciate you guys. You guys can follow us on social media at TV Source. Use the hashtag TVS Podcast and TVS Live when discussing this one, so we can
Yes.
see what kind of response we got and get your comments and respond to them, because we really appreciate and love the engagement that you guys bring. You can follow Corian at not Corian. Sorry, I had to remember his new name. You can follow Ryan at Source Ryan. Ashley's at Reckless Love with a W. You have me at SoapWiki John. And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye guys. Thanks
Bye,
for calling. Bye.
Thank
guys.
you.
We
Keep
appreciate
Love you
watching
guys.
on
Like that.
Twitter. Bye.
No.
Bye.
Bye. I'm getting on the train. I'll talk to y'all later.
Jesus Christ. All right. Stop.